Thomas Aquinas was naturally inquisitive. He would ask difficult questions like, "What is God?" And his teacher would not be able to answer. So Thomas, during his lifetime, will answer this question himself. When, as a Benedictine, he entered the University of Naples, here his intelligence surpassed that of his mentors, but he maintained a humble disposition through and through. Because of his extraordinary intelligence, he was recommended for transfer to the University of Paris, where he met the great Saint Albert. During classes, Thomas's classmates would tease him as a dumb ox because he was fat, he was slow-moving, and was always silent. Albert, his teacher, came to his defense. "You call him dumb ox, but in his teaching, he will one day produce such a bellowing that it will be heard throughout the world." True enough, Thomas's renown impressed the people that when he delivered his sermons, churches would fill up. His listeners were so impressed by his brilliant interpretation of scriptures. When visiting priories or monasteries, Thomas Aquinas would first pass by the chapel where the Blessed Sacrament is kept. This would be a sort of courtesy call to the master of the house. It is said that Thomas would place his head close to the tabernacle where the Blessed Sacrament is reserved in order to gain knowledge. After his stop to the chapel, he would immediately go to the library and browse many books he had not seen before, committing their contents to memory. Thomas had a terrible penmanship. One Dominican scholar even commented that he had the worst handwriting in the Middle Ages. But this terrible penmanship was compensated by his brilliance. He wrote in shorthand because he thought fast and his writings were jammed, showing the breadth and intensity of his intellectual exercise. Looking closely at the relic of the manuscripts of his works, there is a noticeable illustration of a horse, a well-drawn one. Probably, this was one of the doodles that he made for a break from the rigors of writing. Once, when he was praying in an oratory, a sacristan saw Thomas in ecstasy and conversing with our Lord. A voice from the crucifix called out, "You have written well of me, Thomas. What reward will you receive from me for your labor?" Thomas replied, "Lord, nothing except you." Thomas is an inspiration to all students who struggle in their academics and who endure bullying, yet still triumph due to their unwavering faith. Pope Pius V named Thomas a doctor of the Church, and Pope Leo XIII declared him as the prince and master of all scholastic doctors and patron of all Catholic universities, academies, colleges, and schools. We can say that as a student, Thomas was inquisitive, humble, quiet, persevering, and creative.